no way some of these younger Gen Z people could weather such a storm without quitting.
The definition of what full-time employment is up for debate. That this young generation seems less capable to deal with stress than previous generations. That is true.
Greetings, Gen Z. I'm sure you're wondering what... I can do this. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I will be talking about things we Gen Z need to work on. Let's get into it. So I'm going to touch on this first one very briefly because I've touched on it on my previous video. Go ahead and click this if you haven't checked it out yet. It's my most watched video. But yeah, social media, it's how and why our generation is how it is right now. And here's what I think. If you have nothing to do and you have time to kill, then yeah, social media is a great place to be. But other than that, you shouldn't be using it. So I think everyone should have no more than 5 social media platforms, excluding YouTube. I think everyone should have YouTube. Here's something to think about. When you travel, why do you have less screen time than usual? It's because you're present, you're living in the moment. And I think it should be no different than any other day. Now, I'm not going to touch on physical health because I think that's the single good thing that everyone is doing. If you're not, you really should be. But I think the reason behind that is because we focus too much on the exterior that we neglect our interior. We focus too much on looks and not books. So the next one is about mental health. And so I think everyone should develop a hobby. No. Everyone should have a hobby that will develop your creativity, such as chess, right? Chess has become really popular over the past few months. And I think it's because it's a game, but also challenges your brain to connect with its neurons and find that chemical compound. I also think it should calm your mind. These days we're so worried about everything and we just overthink, and it's just too many things at the same time. So just take a moment, relax, breathe. And lastly, continue learning. I think learning does not stop when you finish school. It continues throughout your lifetime. It doesn't have to be about a particular subject, but keep learning about stuff. Keep expanding your mind. Relationships. Ooh. Controversial topic. Tough topic. I think everyone would agree with me when I say that being in a relationship in this generation is different and not in a good way. Of course, social media is a big part of that, but my advice would be to be your most authentic self and go outside, meet new people, try new activities, because that's a really good way to start building relationships. Most of my friends, I met them through football, and that is just something unique, magical, whatever you want to call it. Number 4 is financial, and unfortunately we live in a tough time where jobs are way harder, but also opportunities are everywhere online, right? And I am no financial advisor, but you should have a financial goal that you want to achieve by the end of the year, next 5 years, next decade, etc. And you can do this by tracking your expenses, how much you can save, how much you get, and use that money for savings, for university, for traveling, whatever it is. It's always good to have a little extra cash in your pocket. The last one is self-care, and all of the ones I just mentioned above was of the ones I just mentioned are all related to self-care, but there are more things you can do, such as making sure you have enough sleep, drinking water, cleaning your room, putting sunscreen before you leave. All this little stuff seem insignificant, but when combined with consistency over time, it will turn into something extraordinary. If you've done all of the things I just mentioned, you should be one step closer to being a better version of yourself. Thank you, and put in the work.
Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours.